Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mohammed Saim Khan again, and we are in week 5 of this business tourism course. And we had discussed things like relationship between tourism and event industry, and little bit more about the event management. And now we'll discuss about event managers. So what are we going to discuss in this particular video? Well, at the very first, obviously, we'll have the introduction. Then what is the role of an event manager? Then qualities of an event manager, and what is the workplace environment of event manager like? And lastly, we'll be concluding. So an event manager is responsible for the planning, designing, production, promotion, overall coordination, and profitability of an event. They delegate many of the tasks and then oversee and support those they delegated to. So, the creative position, sometimes allowing opportunities for testing new ideas and themes. So, after discussing who is an event manager, let us come to the role of an event manager, of the event manager. What are the various roles that person is performing? He or she is performing. So, number one, we have monitoring. He monitors all project development procedures and oversee all projects from scratch level to the final execution. Monitoring and assessment are often used to evaluate the project and organizational program performance. The main objective of the auditing and event management practice seems to be methodically recognize the elements of service and information database and reports selected to analyze trends as development. Number two, implementing. Implement and establish effective strategies for every event, and they also recruit people who all are involved in the event to make it a success. They even communicate with officials in order to execute the events successfully. Event managers have to start executing to turn their business ideas into practice. Then they must perform advanced research on a specific market, implement a better method, write a marketing strategy, have the perfect place, and also employees to implement the ideas. Next, managing logistics. Event managers are responsible for choosing a suitable supplier for events and recruiting and managing on-site production teams. They previously make plans before the presentation while meeting the clients. Logistics management is an aspect of supply chain management that would be used to achieve customer satisfaction by preparing, monitoring, and enforcing the efficient transportation and storage of relevant information, products, and services to make a project more successful. Next, negotiation. Well, we all know what negotiation is. So, they need to negotiate with the clients and as well as the vendors, of course. Not only negotiation, but also they should create feedback surveys for the event. All in all, we can say that it is a profession where the manager cannot just sit and supervise the juniors, but also need to look after each and every task personally. So, after discussing the role of an event manager, let us come to types of an event manager. No, there are several types of an event manager or event manager career options in event planning depending on their roles and responsibilities. Here I have described some of the event manager job opportunities available. Number one, meeting planner. So, this person is someone who coordinates all aspects of professional meetings. The meeting planner, this person decides on meeting locations and arranges transportation and other details to complete a meeting successfully. Working to promote the conference and trade show facilities by carrying out activities like consulting with technical and business associations, and generating brochures as well as other publications. Next, retail events representative. So this retail event representative, what this person does, connects one-on-one with customers in a retail or event setting to make them aware of the features and use of all products and services. Retail event representative receives instruction, guidance and directions from the management. Moving forward, we have event coordinator. This person is responsible for planning everything starting from weddings to big trade shows. The event coordinator meets with the clients to work out event details and plans with the clients and their teams. Event coordinators are responsible for the overall management of event planning. Next is senior event planner. A senior event planner is responsible for the planning, development, and execution of various customer engagement activities. It is this role that is responsible for the preparation, execution, and organization of extremely complex conferences and seminars on site. It may involve considerable travel, evenings, and weekends. An individual in this position may oversee event planners and may develop new educational activities. Next is event analyst. So an event analyst is responsible for responding to the IT operational activities that arise from system and service monitoring, conduct quantitative data analysis to assess events as required, development of research processes and programs, such as the development of online and face-to-face surveys and audience counting with the research team of events, appropriate external suppliers, and other external parties. So coming back to what we had discussed just now are the types of event managers, and what we get the meeting planner, retail events representative, event coordinator, senior event planner, and event analysis. Next, we'll move forward, as we had just mentioned in the beginning, towards the qualities of event manager. So the very first one is communication. Communicating with others effectively is a key skill in any business, and it is no less important when managing events. Every kind of business, every kind of deal, it requires proper communication. So if there is a gap in communication or there's a lack in communication, so every kind of deal may suffer. It helps you build relationships with clients and partners, understand their needs and expectations, and ensure everyone involved is on track with their responsibilities. Communication can take many forms, such as verbal, written, and non-verbal. It can also take place through messages, emails, letters, and phone calls. Additionally, it is important all these mediums are utilized effectively to stay in communication with partners, clients, vendors, and contractors. Bear in mind, when dealing with international projects, that communicating with others with different native languages might be a challenge. It is important to plan for this to ensure messages aren't lost or misinterpreted in translation. In addition, good communication skills are critical when managing a team of people such as volunteers who may not have the same level of experience or expertise. They need to know what they are going to do and how they are going to do it, with a clear explanation of their roles and responsibilities. Next one, identifying and solving problems. For any event manager, it is a dream to have a seamlessly running event without any hiccups. The reality, however, is that no matter how well you organize and plan, problems do arise. And we had discussed kind of this thing before, that how well we kind of think that we have organized and we have everything in control, problems do arise. So as an event manager, you must be able to identify any problems and find solutions as quickly as possible without too much disruption. Well, there are many different types of problems that can occur. Here are just a few examples. How will you respond to each of the following scenarios? Yes, think and write your answers. You have received notification that the online event registration form has broken and potential attendees are unable to register. Okay, another problem I'm putting in front of you. Your desired venue has closed the building 3 days before the event due to a health and safety concern. Another one, on the set, on the setup day of this, when this your outdoor event is scheduled, the weather takes a sudden turn for the worst with huge downpours. This has caused some mild flooding, causing practicality issues as well as health and safety concerns. Another one, your virtual conference is going well until there is a server outrage. The more experience you have with event planning, the more foresight and the ability to preempt problems will have. The best type of problem solving is done before problems occur. Having plans in place for every eventuality will save you and your clients many headaches. Third, organizing yourself and others. So, organizational skills are an essential skill for any person in business in particular, in positions where some form of management is required. It helps to organize tasks and responsibilities, delegate work, and manage time effectively. Organizational skills are also crucial because you will juggle tasks from all angles, managing staff members, booking venues and vendors, keeping an eye on budgets, and more. Additionally, organizational skills are not just about creating lists and being ahead of the game, right? It is also about being able to organize your thoughts and ideas clearly so that others can easily understand them. Okay. Uh, this event planner is the number one job for those with good organization skills. This highlights the importance of being a good organizer to succeed in delivering excellent events. People with good organizational skills have the ability to delegate work effectively, managing their time well, manage their workload, and manage priorities. Uh, Coming to the next point, understanding and managing budgets. Managing budgets, is essential for event management, right? And you will be expected to be competent at it. You need to know how to create a budget, manage it, and keep track of it. The last thing you should be worrying about is overspending. Budgeting in any field entails carefully planning how much money you can spend on a specific activity. One of the reasons it's so important for event organizers is that it allows them to set a profit target and determine the minimum income required to break even. If you want your event's budget to contain everything from the venue, rental fees, speaker fees, and catering costs, you will need to figure out how much each item costs before adding them up into a total. This is known as budget plan. So having a carefully planned budget will allow you to understand and set your target profit and determine the minimum income required to break even. If you want your event's budget to contain everything from the venue rental fees, speaker fees, and catering costs, you will need to figure out how much each item costs before adding them up into a total. This is known as a budget plan. Having a carefully planned budget will allow you to understand and set your target profit and determine the minimum income required to break even. Next one is critical thinking and attention to detail. So attention to detail is the ability to allocate your cognitive abilities efficiently and accurately to focus on a specific task or set of tasks. It entails scrutinizing details with a critical eye, minimizing distractions, and learning how to focus on what truly matters. Clients will underpin attention to details as a measure of success, scrutinizing all the elements that bring a successful event together. So, having a great eye for detail will take your event from good to great and make your clients happy. And a happy client is one that keeps coming back. So, you always be thinking in a critical way about your own work and always pay attention to details. Okay, the finer your details are, the better your event looks, the better the whole area, the staging, the decor, everything looks perfectly, the better you do that. Okay, so that attention to detail, like going minutely and curating your service for different clients. Okay, not every client is similar, and no two clients are similar. Okay, they have different demands, different requirements. So you are curating your services. So for that, your critical thinking and attention to detail is very necessary. Okay, next one is effective negotiation. So part of an event manager's job is to negotiate with a variety of suppliers to get the best deal possible for you and your client. Perhaps not the most thrilling part, but effective negotiation skills are necessary to get better returns on your profit margins. After all, you may need some wiggle room for some unforeseen additional costs later down the line. Negotiating contracts and vendor prices is an art form and comes hand in hand with being a good communicator. Having the confidence to explain your price points and what they get in return while also understanding their expectations will improve your bargaining power. By negotiating well, you can save yourself thousands of rupees over time by securing better rates on rentals or contract agreements with companies offering services at high prices. So here are 6 tips to improve your negotiating skills. Number 1, have confidence, then empathize with their viewpoint, then stay cool, calm and collected, and be assertive but not overbearing. Take time to think and keep your options open. So these are the tips to improve your negotiating skills. Moving forward, next one is stress management. So, being an event coordinator is one of the most stressful jobs to have, undoubtedly. This is no surprise when you think about all the elements that need to come together to make an event a successful one. Good stress management will involve offering a strategy to help you better deal with stress for yourself and your team. Stress management is a skill that can help you overcome the challenges of your job. Stress arises not only from the events you manage, but also from your personal life and workplace. Therefore, it is important to look at all areas of your life that might be affecting stress levels. To reduce stress levels, make sure to take adequate breaks and learn to switch off. Like we switch off our mobile phones and laptops to give them rest, just similarly. It's no mystery that long hours, heavy workloads, and tight deadlines can increase stress level for event managers. Having the right plans in place from the very beginning will prevent stressful situations from occurring. To further manage stress effectively, you might want to try the following. Use lists, manage your time wisely, prepare for everything, set boundaries and stick with them, stay calm, celebrate the small success. Next quality, time management skills. So time management is an essential skill every event manager will need. In business, time is a limited resource. So learning how to manage it properly will help you and your team perform at their best and keep you from burning out. Here are some ways to become a better time manager. These are the ways. Prioritize your tasks. You should always be sure that the most important tasks get completed first. So make sure you know what those are before starting on anything else. Next, break down large tasks into smaller ones. If something on your to-do list seems too big or overwhelming, split it up into smaller parts that are easier to handle separately. Next, keep track of everything. Make sure all of your projects have corresponding lists for tracking their progress. This will help keep everything organized and ensure nothing gets neglected down the way. Okay, next, quality planning and strategy. Planning and strategy within the organizing of events should cover everything from setting budgets, goals, and timelines to brainstorming ideas and solving potential problems. Long before the event takes place, having a strong plan and strategy in place will be crucial to its successful delivery. It may seem like more work to be added to what will already be a workload of details and arrangements to be made. But trust me, it will become the scaffolding upon which everything else will sit. Additionally, your event plan should be defined by a series of milestones. Make sure these milestones are specific enough that there's no room for interpretation. Don't say, I need to find caterers, but instead say, I need to source a local catering company by X date who can deliver food for 500 plus people. Next, experience in the event management industry. Okay, not actually a skill, but having knowledge and experience with managing events will become the best way to develop and craft the necessary skills on this list. The more experience you have, the more likely you will understand how different events work, giving you the opportunity to learn from your mistakes and to better plan around them. After all, there's no better teacher than experience. I think you will agree with me on this point. Okay, next, we'll be discussing what is the workplace or work environment of event manager like. Working as an event manager can be considered a hugely demanding and stressful job, and we are discussing these points in the previous slides only. Now, in the career of an event manager, that individual works in different settings like offices, uh, clients, or event locations. Individuals who opt for a career as event managers work in offices to perform their administrative duties, such as scheduling client meetings, reserving event locations, and booking hotels. For instance, if the event managers are working on large events such as film screenings, annual conferences, or regional fairs, event managers are required to travel to the client's location to gather details of the event. In career, in event planning, individuals work both indoor and outdoor settings, mostly working outside the client's location. So does event manager require traveling? Well, likely. In a career as an event manager, individuals work in both indoor and outdoor settings. Event managers working in offices mostly prepare schedules or plans that would be used in upcoming events. Their office work might include planning the scope of the event, including time, location, program, and cost involved. Basically, event managers do the paperwork when in the office. The major part of their job requires immense traveling. Individuals in the event management career path need to regularly meet the clients in order to understand the requirements of the clients. Along with discussing the plans with clients, event managers often travel to event sites to check the progress of the work. Next, let's discuss about the employment shifts. Well, there are full-time, part-time, hourly basis, on-call, work from home. All types of employment shifts are there. So, and this profession has diverse employment shifts if compared to other professions. In a career in event management in India, individuals can work full-time, part-time, hourly basis, etc. And individuals in event management career paths are hired both full-time and part-time according to the requirement of the company. Coming to the employment nature, well, the nature of employment for the career as an event manager is both contractual and permanent. The role of an employee totally depends on the employer as they hire employees catering to their needs. Some freelancers might opt for contractual or hourly basis employment to earn more money. Then workplace. Individual in event management career path work in both indoor and outdoor settings. They work in different different settings like offices, clients' places, or event locations. Then presence in geographical area. Urban areas can be considered the core of event management industries. Metro cities can be considered hubs as they fulfill both the requirements of education and jobs for this career. Time pressure. Well, individuals in the event management career path are most likely to face time pressure during their job. There are occasions when they are required to arrange an event at last minute notice, which results in intense time pressure and a tightly packed schedule. Even if the event has been pre-planned, ending hours are quite successful and involve a lot of time pressure. Overtime details, the job is filled with tight schedules, networking events, and product launches. Typically, individuals in the event management career path work for 9 hours per day. But depending on the deadlines and current situation, they might be required to work overtime. During busy periods and urgency, they are required to put up some extra hours to the work. And weekly hours of work, well, there are no specific weekly hours of work on a regular basis in a career as an event manager. They usually work 3 to 4 hours a day on a regular basis. However, during the event, they work for a longer period of time. So to conclude the video, first we had discussed the roles of an event manager, like monitoring, implementing, managing logistics, etc. Next, we moved on to discussing the types of an event manager like meeting planner, event coordinator, etc. After that, we discussed various qualities of an event manager like stress management, like good communication, etc. And lastly, how the workplace environment of an event manager is like was discussed. So we had discussed all this in this particular video, and these are the references for this particular video. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll meet in the next video. Have a nice day.